My people, a lot is really going in the political too. Another video I finally showcased again. What did Rufai OSENI of Arise TV and Reuben ABATI of Arise TV do to Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the 5 tribunal judges that warrant what they are doing to Arise TV right now? What did they do that warrant what they are doing to Arise TV presenters right now? Rufai OSENI and Reuben ABATI. This happened in the early hour of today, and Tinubu and the 5 judges want this video to be taken down in Arise TV. I would like guys to stay connected to the end of this video. This has bring up protest in Abuja right now. There's a heavy protest rocking Abuja right now due to what the 5 judges did in the tribunal. So Rufai OSENI and Reuben ABATI of Arise TV are on the run now because the 5 judges of the tribunal have already issued for them, and this happened in the early hour of today. I would like guys to share this video. If you can share it, share to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. Share it to different platforms, and if you can share it, just like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us, so that others can come across what is happening in the Nigeria Tribunal and Bola Ahmed Tinubu now. Abuja is boiling at the moment. We'll be stay connected. Coming back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should leave the fight for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG TV. For those of you coming across this channel for the very first time, ensure you click the resolution appearing on your video screen and do well to click the notification bell icon so that whenever we drop a new update in fast and YouTube will easily let you to know. Still on what is happening in the political zone, a lot of things keep happening in the political zone since when the tribunal made their ruling, since when the 5 judges in the tribunal made their ruling against Peter Obi. It has been the topic of the day on media. A lot of people have gone to different social media platforms to talk about it. So Rufai OSENI and Reuben ABATI of Arise TV have finally come out to shake the lies table. If you should hear the secret they revealed in the early hour of today, this secret have given Tinubu a very tough time, and he want the video to be deleted immediately because he knows that this alone exposed what the judges did in the tribunal. It's normally news that they did not transcribe the tribunal judgment, the tribunal ruling live for everyone to see. When they wanted to do the ruling, Obi wrote a petition that they should allow the whole world to see how the judgment is going. So they should show it live on television so that everybody, including all Nigerians, will see what is going on in the tribunal. But they failed, they turned them down, and at the end of the day, they came out with a judgment that is against the petition of Obi. They threw away all the petition of Peter Obi. They said it is not having a solid ground. They said their petitions with watering evidences that Obi did not have a concrete evidence. The petition that Obi filed against Tinubu for the 25% in Abuja is what is causing the issue now, and that is what Rufai OSENI and Reuben ABATI addressed in the early hour of today that is making them to be running for their life at the moment. It's normally news that Obi filed petition against Kashim Shettima, INEC chairman, the person of Mama Yakubu, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and even APC as a whole. But the 25% issue that Obi filed against Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the one causing the issue now, because when the tribunal wanted to make their ruling, they said the 25% is not important. They were trying to re-amend the constitution in the tribunal that very day just for them to justify Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So the people of Abuja, based on the video that Rufai OSENI and Reuben ABATI dropped, the people of Abuja, the indigenous people of Abuja, finally come out. They staged a protest, and this protest is bucking now and is bobbing in Abuja right now. Since they said 25% is not important in Abuja, that Abuja, just like other states in Nigeria, they said they want their own governor as other states have their own governor in Nigeria. So what did Rufai OSENI and Reuben ABATI expose in the earlier state that Tinubu wants to be deleted immediately? I would like guys to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share it, share to different social media platforms. Let it go viral, because Rufai OSENI exposed the tribunal judges based on the judgment that they passed some days ago, because a lot of people believe that the judges pervert justice. They pervert total justice in the tribunal, and this alone have made Nigerians to lose hope totally on the judiciary. All eyes on the judiciary, but the judiciary have finally hit the eyes of the masses. If you can share this video, ensure you share it. Let it go viral. Share to different social media platforms, and if you can share it, just like it, click the like up option. Like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. Stay connected to see what Rufai, OSENI and Reuben ABATI of Arise TV said in the earlier hour of today. They have been giving Tinubu a tough time regarding the 5 judges in the tribunal, how Rufai exposed them and all of that. That is why Tinubu and the judges are even coming for them. Stay connected and I show you the video before they get it deleted. Coming back again.
Okay, so let me start from the congratulations. There have been congratulations. Members of the APC have applauded it, and also there have been rebuke. Labour Party said they rejected the result of this judgment while the judgment was even being read. The PDP said they were going to go to the Supreme Court. And there are many areas that we need to tackle for the Supreme Court. And take, for instance, the issue of the 25%. I think there still needs to be more clarity. So I was saying now that Abuja is a 37th, state, and what is even the intention and the thoughts of the framers of the Constitution in the first place? Another question is, why did INEC take us through this merry-go-round as Nigerians constantly, with many copious evidence, saying that they were going to have an electronic process, only for electronic process not to hold, because there's been another report that 3 days to the elections, they said that they were just going to take a picture of the result and put it on the IRF portal. Why did INEC come on this show to fight even against the National Assembly when they said they were not going to be part of electronic transmission? Because that was what made a lot of people say they want to get interested in the process again. And when you look at it, the process of our elections that have constantly suffered massive levels of voter apathy, the cure will have been the electronic transmission of results. So when the court also made the argument that INEC isn't mandatorily bound to transmit electoral results to the IRF, let's take a look at section 64, section 4B of the Electoral Act. That is, a collation officer or returning officer at an election shall collate and announce the result of an election, subject to his or her verification and confirmation that the votes stated on the collated result are correct and consistent with the vote or result recorded and transmitted directly from polling units under section 6, section 4 of this act. So there still needs to be more clarity. So why did INEC say we're going to do this? And because there was also another report where there were doubts about using the electronic transmission, and INEC came out to reiterate in another letter and piece about that. I think that letter was authored by Festus Okoye Esquire on the 11th of November 2022, where there was an alleged plot to abandon the transition of polling unit result to IRF portal. And in the letter, the INEC said attention has been drawn to section of the media alleging that our plans to rig 2023 election abandoning direct real-time transition to INEC portal. And he said the IRF is one of the innovations introduced by the Commission to ensure the integrity and credibility of results in Nigeria. It's therefore inconceivable that the Commission will turn around and undermine its own innovations. So all of this conundrum, INEC said it was going to do something to bring back, because if we're saying that INEC can use any process to collate reports, and if, like the court said, it means that we've gone back to the EU days of elections, where it could be a do or die at the polling unit, and the truth is that there's a big problem of the burden of proof. And don't get me wrong, when the judges talked about it, the burden of proof is always hard. And the judges did eviscerate the petitioners on the burden of proof, and also vis-a-vis the Evidence Act, because it's quite difficult to prove. Take, for instance, I am not sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, that any political party in Nigeria has polling unit by polling unit EC8A forms for over 50,000 polling units. Where are you going to get? Your strong room has to be very strong under election conditions where your polling agents might not even take a proper picture of it and things like that. It's always difficult. And a lot of people felt that the IRF was going to be the basis to be able to actually authenticate the report. And look at this result. And there was a glitch in the process also, proving that is quite very difficult. So, as always in every case, the burden of proof as regards our electoral jurisprudence and the idea of, that there's a presumption of regularity on INEC, it's also a very big challenge. So proving is very, very difficult in the court process. And that's why, to be able to deepen our jurisprudence, we would like to see, some parties have said they're going to go to court, congrats to the winner. We would like to see how all of this pans out at the Supreme Court, so we can learn more and have this argument. But a couple of things, Nigerians, they need to go back to the National Assembly as regards fine-tuning electoral laws. It's an ongoing process.
Okay, yesterday their lordships, 5 of them sitting in the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, gave their judgment. It's not the end of the road. Within the purview of Section 285 of the Constitution, the matter, can still go to the Supreme Court. And already, both the legal advisor of the Labour Party and lead counsel for the Atiku team, Chris Uche SAN, have both indicated that they will be proceeding to the Supreme Court. When they file, their appeal at the Supreme Court, we still have some 60 days within which the Supreme Court will determine the matter. But from what transpired yesterday, one of the longest judgments ever delivered in the history, of the Nigerian courts, over 12 hours. Their lordship started at 9:40. More than 12 hours later, they were still at it. At the end of which they ruled that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was duly elected and he was duly returned as President of Nigeria, which is a major victory for both the APC and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So congratulations are in order, to the extent that we have seen APC members dancing. Even there is a video of the president himself dancing and singing along with others in faraway New Delhi, India. Now, so double congratulations for him. On the day the tribunal ruled in his favor was also the day some investors in India pledged a total of about $14 billion that they are proposing to invest in Nigeria. Now, what are the issues addressed by their lordships in that ruling yesterday? One, they ruled that the allegation of double nomination of Vice President Shetima as a candidate then was a pre-election matter which should have been taken up then, and beyond that, it was an internal party affair. Therefore, they dismissed that. Two, they said that the query by the APC about Mr. Peter Obi's membership of the Labour Party is also an internal matter of the party, which is non-justiciable within the framework of the law. Number three, they ruled on the alleged, allegation that Tinubu is not qualified within the purview of Section 134 of the Constitution. They ruled that he is in fact qualified, in that election. The allegation that he paid $460,000 to a district court in the United States, and that on the basis of that he should have been disqualified. The court ruled that there was no criminal conviction. This was not a case of criminal conviction, it was a case of civil forfeiture. Number five, they further ruled that on the question of the status of Abuja, which has been very contentious, people have been throwing that up and down, Section 134 sub 4B of the 1999 Constitution, they ruled that in fact that section is to be read conjunctively, that Abuja does not enjoy any special status. 6, they ruled that the Labour Party could not show how many votes, additional votes, that it claimed that it had. 7, they said in the 18,088 polling units that the Labour Party claimed, overvoting took place or there were manipulations. They ruled that Labour Party could not in fact provide evidence of those polling units or the counting of votes from those polling units. Number 8, on the allegation of dual citizenship on the part of candidate of the APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they also ruled that in fact the PDP and Atiku Abubakar, who brought that matter, was trying to smuggle in evidence that was not originally filed, and that the PDP and Atiku Abubakar were trying to be clever by half by trying to smuggle that in. So on the whole, they ruled, their lordships ruled that the petition by the three parties, the APM, the Labour Party, the PDP, lacked merit. And on the basis of that, those petitions were dismissed. And that, you know, they could not prove their case. They even, in fact, expunged from the record 11 of the 13 witnesses that the Labour Party brought forward. And similarly, parts of the records by the People's Democratic Party were also expunged from the record of court, which would look like a very strong indictment of the council of those two parties, and also council for the APM. So this was the ruling. Now, I've had many people expressing opinions saying, well, this does not reflect the will of the people and all of that. But what is interesting is that in the last few days, lawyers have been quoting ad nauseum, the statement of Nikki Tobi, JSC, as it then was, in Abubakar versus Yaradua 2008, where he made a point that, look, the courts don't rely on public opinion. And the courts will not go on a voyage of discovery to go and look for evidence in Wuse Market, in Jos Central Market, or in Uyibo Market. The court is committed to arid legalism. In other words, the court is faithful only to the law and the evidence that is provided before it. It will not go on a frolic of its own to go and look for evidence in the marketplace. And I think it's instructive that Nikki Tobi's statements in that particular case, is being cited as relevant, and that, look, the judiciary has a job to do its duty. And you could see yesterday their lordships insisting on doing their work. And in fact, to the extent that they, resisted any form of interference. It's also interesting that George Oguntade JSC, as he then was, his statement in Amechi versus INEC and others, also a 2008 case, I think, has also been quoted. In that case, Justice Oguntade said, his duty was to do justice, even if the heavens fall. And that in any case, even when justice has been done, the following morning, the heavens will still be in place by George Oguntade JSC, in that particular case, Amechi versus INEC and others. So there are many people who feel that justice has not been done. Well, the court does not rule on the basis of feelings or sentiments. That's meant for, the public. But the provision here is that the matter can still go to the Supreme Court. Now, there were some interesting moments at the court yesterday in the course of the proceedings. One, their lordships, reprimanding Charles Edosanwa, SAN, who had interfered with the delivery of the judgment, trying to hurry up the judges. They had to ask him not to teach them how to deliver judgments. And, he got away lightly. Otherwise he could have been charged for contempt, trying to interfere the delivery. Now, second, Justice Stephen Nada, when he was making his own submissions, he went after lead counsel to the Atiku team, Chris Uche SAN, reminding him of a book that he had endorsed and the position in that book, and how in bringing the Atiku PDP matter to court, he was contradicting himself. I thought that was a bit embarrassing. So many lawyers on WhatsApp were laughing at that. And then, of course, the third point was that all the people who have been saying all eyes on the judiciary, all eyes on the judiciary, when they got to the tribunal yesterday, maybe, it's because of the nature of the work, it's because, the AC was blowing cold very well. Half of the court, most of the counsel fell asleep. And, social media yesterday was agog with all kinds of portraiture of counsel opening their mouths and snoring and enjoying deep slumber, a parade of somnambulism, in the courtroom, including even journalists who took time out.
Don't go there. Don't go there. No, dog doesn't eat dog. No. I won't take this from you, Dr. Abati.
Just wait now. Didn't journalists also sleep?
Don't go there.
In front of the judiciary, they close their eyes.
Resting their eyes.
Resting their eyes. Journalists don't sleep, Dr. Abati. I will not go there.
It's all right. In social media, they say photos don't tell lies. But in any case, it was a very detailed, very comprehensive ruling. almost unassailable, if you ask me. But in any case, the petitioners have said when they get the certified true copy of the ruling, they would proceed to the Supreme Court that will have a final say. Well, it is for the council, affected council, to identify the issues that they would take up. But in any case, there were so many dignitaries in court. The APC chairman, the Labour Party chairman, some governors were there, governor of Ekiti, former governor of Yobe, governor of Kogi State. It was well attended. Some actors were even there. I thought I saw Zakoji there. I saw Yule Dochie there. And then outside the court, you had some characters staging a drama of their own. Quite a special moment in the trajectory of the 2023 general elections. But as I said, the parties involved say they still want to go to the Supreme Court, and it will be interesting to see what the Supreme Court will rule on the basis of some of the issues that they may want to further contend.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. I believe you really hear what Reuben and Rufai OSENI of Arise TV. That was the video that they made the movement the tribunal made their ruling. A lot of people came to media and they made it known to the general public that that is not the normal ruling that the tribunal need to make. They said the tribunal provide justice is no more a news because it's obvious that even with the petition that Peter Obi filed against INEC, the tribunal said INEC did not do anything wrong for the fact that INEC promised to transcribe the electoral result into the IRF portal and they promised to use the beavers machine for all of that, but they failed totally after promising Nigeria heaven and earth, and Nigeria gave them more than 200 billion. They gave Mama Yakubu more than 200 billion, and that 200 billion is your money and my money because it's the task of all Nigerians aiming to get a credible election from INEC. But all INEC did was just a primary school election, and the tribunal judges are saying that INEC did well. They said the evidences that Peter Obi have against INEC, the evidences of the voters intimidation, voter suppression, us coming out a different polling unit and all of that, they said the evidences are not concrete evidence, that they are watering evidences. So they justify INEC. The petition that Peter Obi filed against Kashim Shettima of running for 2 presidential posts, which is against the Nigeria constitution. They reamended the constitution in that place. They said Kashim Shettima did not do anything wrong. The drug dealer Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Peter Obi filed petition against that too. They said the drug deal is a past tense thing, that is old news, that is no more in town, that Peter Obi should not talk about that. So they said the drug issue is nothing to write home about, and the 25% of the FCT is what is causing the actual issue now. They said the 25% of the FCT does not matter. They said the FCT is just like other states in Nigeria, that 25% is not pivotal in other states in Nigeria. Likewise, the FCT, they said the 25% is not pivotal. So the people of FCT are finally pulled out. They said since they said 25% is not working again in Abuja, that Abuja is just like other states in Nigeria. They said they even need their own governor too, that they need to be running their affair of Abuja as the affair of other states in Nigeria because other states are having governors. So Rufai OSENI opened the eyes of a lot of people and not side with Reuben and ABATI to what the constitution states. They opened the eyes of a lot of people, and this is an inconvenience to Bola Tinubu and even the tribunal judges as a whole, because they know that when the people get to know the truth, it's already a threat to them. Once the eyes of the people is open to what is happening in the dark and they notice everything that is going on, they know that their own positions is at risk. Obedient, what do you guys think? I would like guys to drop your opinion in the comment section of this video. Feel free, drop your opinion. What do you guys think? That is the video that Tinubu wants Arise TV to take down in the early hour of today. It's already circulating on media, so he knows that it will cause problem to him, so he wants it to be taken down. So that is the video that I just finished showing you. Drop your opinion in the comment section of this video as I'm going to screen and another for you. Make sure you follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV and LAJUPOG Entertainment, and on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Also follow us on X at LAJUPOG, popularly known as Twitter. And guess what, guys? See you in my next video.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body. Pastor with the line on top, be pastor. For LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor with the bar, where politician with the do pass himself. Why you waiting for church?